So I just wanted everyone to know that if you care about our rights, our privacy rights as adults, as consenting adults, and you don't think that the government should be in our rooms telling us who we can have sex with and for whatever reasons, meaning that if an adult chooses to pay another adult that wants the compensation, that should be our right. If you care about sex workers and you happen to want to go to the Women's March this year, by the way, that's tomorrow, Saturday the 20th, January 2018. That's tomorrow, and that's the Women's March. They're happening all across the U.S. in all major cities, and I've heard that they're finally going to give sex workers a much larger protesting space. I think last year it was like only one speaker that just happened to mention briefly about sex work, but this year it's going to be much larger, and we're going to be allowed to have signs and protest. So if you happen to be going to the Women's March, and again, you really do care about sex workers, I just wanted you to know that you can if you could try and find a red umbrella. That's very important. It's our symbol. And if you look for the red umbrellas, that will be us, the sex workers. And if you'd like to make extra signs, because we're always looking for more signs. A lot of people show up that won't have any signs. So if you want to make your own signs, that would be great. Things like, let's see, I got some things written down here. Equal rights for all, including sex workers. DCrimNow.com. That's our donation site if you want to give a completely tax deductible donation to the cause, to Decrim. We are still in court. We've been in court for 3 years, and we will not stop fighting until, I don't know, either A, we run out of funds, or I guess B, the courts just won't hear us anymore. But so far we've been at this lawsuit to decriminalize sex work for 3 years now. And Decrim Now, that's DECRIMNOW.com. You can put that on your sign. That would help. Again, all donations are anonymous and they're tax deductible. You can put something like, I don't know, like stop arresting consenting adults for sex. It's only work, or it's only a job, or something like that. Or maybe get government out of our bedrooms, decriminalize sex work now. So that's just two that I thought up, and the first one was something I saw on someone else's sign. So I was really, really upset yesterday. They slapped us down, our lawsuit against the state of California, the 3-panel judge. And for me, it was a huge shock, because if you listen to the arguments, it's very, very clear that we were like doing so much better than the state of California. The state of California didn't even have an argument. They had no real reasons. For example, they had nothing to say why we should be criminalized. For example, one of the judges asked the state attorney, well, he asked her, well, if it's legal to have sex and just have sex for free with anyone you want, however many times or whatever in a day, and one night stands are legal, he says, well, why is it all of a sudden illegal just to pay for, give money to someone for sex. And she couldn't really come up with a real good argument. She was stuttering. She wasn't really saying anything. And, it was very misleading, and because the thing is that it made me really, really have a lot more hope than I should have had at the time. To think that it would just be that, it's not going to be an easy fight. It's going to be a completely uphill battle the whole way. And again, we're not stopping the fight. And it's important that we keep fighting for this, because we know as sex workers that it's wrong what they do to us. It's wrong, all the propaganda, all the lies and arrest and abuse that the cops and everyone puts us through, and the stigmatization it causes, and just the isolation, and the the complete just how it is. It's very isolating, and my quality of life. See, the thing is, one of the reasons why I'm so hurt over all this is because I had a lot of hopes and dreams and plans to make my life better, meaning that I wouldn't have to be so reclusive and live in such a precarious, it's very precarious, because I never know what's going to happen from day to day. I never know if they're going to take down my ad site, or any ad site for that matter that I might need. I never know if I might end up on the street. I never know if I might one day show up at the wrong, I don't know, place. A bad, some really bad person might do something to me. I mean, I've been really lucky. Nothing really bad has happened, but I would say the worst thing that's ever happened are arrests, because it's always abusive and it's always traumatizing, to a point of, you get, it has long-term effects on your mental state, and your day-to-day life is disrupted because of the arrest, because it's so violent and traumatic. And that's an understatement, because you shouldn't give you a post-traumatic stress disorder for the rest of your life, and it does when you're arrested, because it is that violent and it is that scary. I was made homeless for several months once when I was arrested way back when I lived in Los Angeles. The cops made me homeless, and I had to rely on a client to help me get another place. And let's just say it wasn't a pleasant experience, and it put me in a very awkward and vulnerable position. And the whole thing, I don't even want to get into all of it, but yeah, it's really bad. And I don't know how it is now, and I don't want to find out. I just have to be really careful and screen everyone. And that's the other thing, that I can't just be myself. I can't just answer the phone and be polite and just talk to people like a normal person does. I have to be always on my guard, always asking questions, almost to a point where a lot of clients are turned off by it. A lot of clients might not understand. A lot of clients don't want to give you like all their information. And for me, the more information I get, the more comfortable I feel. And for them, the client, the more information they're asked, the more probably not so comfortable they feel. So yeah, the easiest way to do that is just get references. And a lot of clients don't have that because they're not hobbyists. So I'm pretty much limited to just seeing hobbyists, which really makes my quality of life a lot less than what it could be, because again, I can't see everyone I'd like to, and there's probably a lot of opportunities I've missed in my life, a lot of opportunities, a lot of clients that I might have helped me in some way or another, or that I could have really hit off with really well. And, maybe that's why I never have a boyfriend, because maybe, I always think, well, maybe that guy would have been like my type or something, but no references, no way for me to, to find out who they are, then forget it. I can't take that chance. Cops use all kinds of tricks to get people, and I'm always really, really scared of that. And I'm very aware of that, that they will try and trick you. And bad clients will also try and trick you. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say at this point, but except for we have to keep fighting, and we will keep fighting. And we have the ACLU on our side. We have all these human rights organizations on our side. We have Amnesty International on our side. We have so many different human rights organizations on our side. I can't even go through the entire list. It's huge. And, most people don't want to see their tax dollars wasted on arresting consenting adults. Instead, why can't they use all that resources and time and everything and get the real criminals, the ones that are out abusing us? But instead, they get the real criminals, the ones that abuse us, rape us, don't pay us, or the real criminals, they get to go free, because, most sex workers are not going to want to get involved with the police, and they're not going to turn anyone in for any kind of abuse, because they're afraid of being questioned and arrested themselves. And I know exactly how that is. Yeah, so again, decrim.com. I will include a link on the video. Take care.